turn subtitles on. That's fun. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, there's subtitles also. You didn't know?
No, I told you I haven't used Skype in years.
I'm turning on subtitles. Let's see how it.
But they're silly. They don't work. At least for my accent, they don't.
Eventually.
It's still a lot better than when I used it like a couple of years ago. When I was talking to Spooky, that's when I accidentally discovered the subtitles feature and I switched it on. It was so hilarious. I could not focus on what she's saying because I was reading the subtitles and laughing. Mic check.
Novi, please. This is not a podcast.
I want to get train from Moscow to
Novi,
Vladivostok.
please. This is
It took
not
me
a
7
podcast.
days.
Wait, it's not? What TV series are you watching currently?
How to Get Away with Murder, the final season, because they've aired the final episode recently. Because obviously this is not on like Netflix or something, but it is the old series. But the current one was just on regular TV, so I've obviously downloaded it for the past like 15 weeks, so I can binge watch it.
Uh-huh.
That's what I do with my series. I can't do the week by week thing. I'd rather wait the full 15 weeks and then watch it all.
That's the reason I watch only series that I've completed, like I told you.
Yeah, very true. I do know that about you. Yeah.
I have been.
That's a bit more extreme than mine, though. You wait for the series finish. I just wait for like that one season.
Yeah, but then there are so many series that have ended that I haven't watched yet. So there's always content available everywhere. I have been watching 2.5 Men.
Oh yeah, parts of that.
Yeah, I think I've watched about 8 seasons up until Charlie Sheen's exit from the show. And then I had stopped watching because I just assumed it just stopped being funny or something like that.
I never got that show at all.
Yeah, but recently I just picked it up because I didn't have anything else to watch, so I was like, okay, let's start. So I think I forget the name of the actor who replaced Charlie Sheen. I think it is anyway. So yeah,
That's not. It's not Ashton Kutcher, is it?
It is. Yes.
I don't even watch it, and I know.
So yeah, Ashton Kutcher. Yes, he. So yeah. So it's quite funny. It's still funny. 9th season now. Right.
Wait, how many episodes per season, roughly? Like, is it because some of them only
I
have
think
like
there are
two
about
others
20, between 20 and 24. That's how sitcoms. That's the average season length, right? For American
most of them-
sitcoms. Yeah, most of them.
Yeah, but there's others that have slightly less.
Yeah, the way I say it is like if the episode length is between 20 and 25 minutes, the season has between 20 and 24 episodes. If the episode length is longer, like about 40 minutes or so, they usually have 12 or 18 episodes per season.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just some weird.
If you add all the times up, they're roughly the same anyway. The length of runtime.
I know.
The total
But it's
time is the same.
Yeah, but just based on the experience of a lot of the series that I've already watched. Anyway, let's start with I don't have segues, so we'll just talk random. Let's talk
Until
about
the awkwardness takes over.
Yeah, exactly. We'll keep talking until awkwardness takes over. You're right. Absolutely.
And then you can just insert a load of tumbleweeds.
I'm totally going to do that because you said it. Your nickname is has lurk in it. Yeah.
I don't know. I find it easier to video chat than I would to like just sit here with no camera on. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
So I'd be looking at you and you'd be looking at nothing. That's weird.
I did that with Meena because we tried video chatting, but her internet was so bad that day that it was better to turn off the camera and then just talk on the. So it was like I don't know what I was doing. You're right. It was awkward because I was only hearing the voice. So it's like talking on the phone, but you're not really talking as in you're not talking with purpose. We are basically chatting. So it has been so long since I chatted with somebody over the phone with just the voice. It's been years. So I was awkwardly taking notes and doing some random stuff because I didn't know where to look. Yeah. Once you start doing video chats, the audio calls get really, kind of feels. Yeah, the audio calls feel a little weird. It does.
Yeah, I don't. I like them much.
Should we talk about HIH?
I thought you said about a child. I was like, what?
No, HIH. Okay. Hogwarts.
HIH. I was like, what child?
That would
Apparently, I need to go and get my just checked.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I just pull up a child from let's talk about.
I don't know who that is. How can I talk about that person?
Yeah.
What is this?
And the child starts talking too. I was about to imitate a child, but then I was like, no, don't even go there.
Oh, yeah, let's not go there.
So HI, that's where we met.
I'm sure that's where you met all the people in these calls.
I know, but just stay with me. You don't break my flow. This is how I conduct the conversation in other calls as well. I'm just
make things awkward because that's what I do. So that's how I am.
So yeah, that was 6 years ago.
Long time.
Yeah, my first memory of you is in the Great Hall, of course.
Sure, that's everybody's first memory of me.
Yeah, that was just only because I always wanted to be. And remember, the chat in during those days used to show like in the order that the person appeared. Yeah, the person appeared online, and then I would always see Kelly at the top, and I would be on the second. I would like secretly I would be like, someday I want to be on top, but then she never leaves. Why? The weekend, I think the last weekend of April 2014 or something, where I was online for 72 hours just to make just
I
to.
don't know if I was in the Great Hall then. I don't know what I did during that time, to be honest. I don't know when I started interacting and yeah, I don't think I started doing.
I mean, you would interact occasionally, but I think it was more like the tab was always open on your computer or whatever.
Yeah, it was. It was. Along with my other 49 tabs, but yeah, at the time.
Like occasionally, yeah, I remember you. I remember interacting with you. So you would occasionally come into the chat, but then people would come and leave. But then your name and my name would be there like permanently. But I would keep interacting with the new people who came in, but then you would not. But so the other people would be like, who's Kelly or where's Kelly? And I'll be like, even I don't know. So if you know, just tell me.
And nobody, I was just literally everywhere on the side. Like you couldn't go anywhere and I wasn't there. I was there.
Yeah, you were there. You were there everywhere. You were there, but also not there. That's the story of the nickname. But how did you discover HIH? Do you remember that? Or?
Yeah, I do. It was it was via Facebook. You know the way they used, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have the weird trending things on the side. So I haven't used Facebook on computer in forever. And one of them said Hogwarts. I was like, oh, what's this? Let's click this and see where it takes me. And then yep, that's where it just ended up. So yeah, it was something on Facebook here. And then yeah. The rest, well, you know the rest.
I know the rest. You have been a PA for which show?
I have been head girl, not PA, not just PA.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Actually, wait, no. There was 1 month in, was it August? Yeah, I was an astronomy PA.
Oh, okay.
For a month and then got fired.
Okay.
I graded 350 assignments that month and still got fired.
Wow.
And then October 2014, yeah, the year I was hired as head girl for History of Magic. I've been there.
Ever since, okay. How many assignments have you graded in the past 6 years? What's the number now?
I think I remembered about 16,600.
Oh my God. Is there a tally for who has graded the most, like the most prolific PA on the website?
That's got to be Isabel, 100%.
Got to be Isabel. Yeah, of course.
The last time I thought she was on 39,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's got to be her.
Yeah. Okay. So that's about history of magic, and yeah, how's that experience of being a head girl? Like, what are your responsibilities, and what do you do? Because I wasn't ever a head boy, so I don't know. You tell me.
Some responsibilities as a PA, but it's also like I've done evaluations in the past, like keeping track of them, see how everybody's doing,
Mhm.
just like sort of help managing the rest of the team.
Okay.
Just like there's I wouldn't say there's a whole load of extra responsibilities, to be honest, but yeah, it's just that kind of thing. Working closely with the professor. Well, currently there isn't one, but
So it's like you are the middle person between the PAs and the professor, right?
yeah.
The
Yeah.
PAs go to the professor through you or something like that, or
No, they can go straight to the professor themselves, or they can come to me as well. So like I would, yeah. So I when this, yeah. So I can do appeals as well.
right?
Yes,
Got it.
yeah. So yeah, basically, I have can do the same things as a professor, except the professor just adds lessons and writes lessons and stuff. It's just one
Yeah.
step.
Got it. Got
So I
it.
can do pretty much all the same things apart from that.
Okay. So, like overall, how has your experience been on the website in the years? I I don't need like minus the drama, just your personal experience. Like as the site has evolved and
Drama, but it has had its ups and downs. Like there was before it started getting advertised on TikTok and things recently, I would say the site was pretty much dead.
yes, yeah.
Like even I had sort of given up for like a few months, and it's just like
Yeah.
there's nobody
Because
coming on here.
there weren't many submissions coming, and I think there were a lot of bugs. The site wouldn't load half the time and all that. So yeah, you're right. Okay, but what about now?
Well, now it's more alive. You've got more people coming in. The waves keep coming in.
Okay.
We've had several. We had one recently because the queue's gone back up to like over 100 every couple of days or so, and that's just the year one queue. I'm not talking about like year two and up.
But I would assume that obviously there'd be like many people it's like a pyramid, right? So thousands of people in year one, and then only a few actually stick around to graduate to year two.
Well, technically, I should probably go back to year one because the courses have changed so much over the time.
Yeah, same. I think
Rewritten. The only one, yeah,
yeah.
history is probably obviously I have to be
Because
sort of.
I'm in year 3, but then the last assignment I did was I think in 2015, 5 years ago. Yeah, so I don't remember anything. If at all, I would go and like go. I like if I decide to go back and do. I have to start with year 1, lesson 1. So
Yeah, that's pretty much for me. As long as it's not history magic, I'm basically a first year, but not.
Okay, before we move on to some other topic, while we are on the Harry Potter themed website, general topic, let's talk about Harry Potter. So this is again another standard question I ask everybody who
Yep, go for it.
comes. Yeah. So what is your Harry Potter story?
Oh goodness. Funnily enough, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan in the world, so that's just.
Yeah,
So it makes zero sense.
it's
But,
relative.
I see, like most of the people who I interact with in like HH and just on the internet generally are much bigger Harry Potter fans than I am.
Yeah.
I can just sort of like take
But
it and leave it.
it's still
Sounds bad.
relative. Like if I compare with me and my sister, I would say my sister is a bigger fan because she has read the books more times. But then I am the one who's on HIH, and because she doesn't have the time to be on the internet and be social and stuff. I would still say she's a bigger fan.
I just don't get excited about it as much as others.
Yeah.
Which is
So-
weird thing is, yeah, we're on HIH or we're on HIH. But yeah, anyway, my first experience, I think it was when the first film came out. So I hadn't read any of the books or nothing to that point.
Okay.
I don't even know why I went to the cinema to see it because I had no idea. I literally knew nothing about it. I did not know it.
Yeah,
I knew the title about it.
that's very fair because
Like, I still don't know why I got taken to see it. I don't think anybody knew what it was about. Oh well. Well, anyway, I went to the cinema to see, like, hey,
Oh,
this is actually good. How have I not read these books? And then I think I don't know, didn't that come out in like November or something? The first film, whatever year it was. I definitely got some of the books for Christmas. No, I got the first book for Christmas. So I think the film came out in November, if I'm remembering correctly. I got the first book for Christmas. Then I bought the second and third book shortly after, because when I finished the first book, and they were both on sale in the shop at the time.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much what I remember. I can't even remember when. Yeah, that's it. Is it? Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So the first movie came around the same time the fourth book released.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you read the books in the order of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to do things. I wouldn't be able to. I know you've read them out of order, but I could not do that.
No, that's just because I wasn't aware that I knew nothing about when I picked the fourth book. I knew nothing about, like, I didn't know there were 3 books preceding this and that they were supposed to be in order, and it's like a continuing story. I just thought it's like Harry Potter is a character and the books are independent of each other. I had no idea what it was. I just picked up and started reading, and then I got, like, obviously the fourth book is pretty good and I enjoyed it a lot.
First chapter, I hate the first chapter. I always skip it. If I started with the book, I probably would not have got into it at all because I wouldn't have made it past the first chapter.
I have a very good, interesting story about this. I don't know if you have already watched it. I think I may have mentioned it a couple of times already on the podcast, on the channel. Because when I started with the fourth book, that's exactly like the way you said it. The same thing happened. I started reading it and I had no idea what's going on, because there's an old man, there's a building, and then somebody is talking to somebody, but this is not making any sense. And they're talking about a boy, and I have no idea who this boy is. And I'm like, the book says Harry Potter. Where is Harry Potter in this book? That was my initial reaction. And yeah, I almost gave up. But then my sister, who's elder to me, she reads much faster, so she had already finished the book, and she was the one who be like, read it, just don't give up, just keep reading, and then you'll find it interesting. And then I was like, yeah, fine. And I genuinely enjoyed it, and it was one of the biggest book I had ever read at the time. I think I was like 11 or 12 years of age, and I was proud of myself for reading a 600-page book. And there were a lot of unanswered questions for me, because I was like, who's Sirius Black? I don't know. Like, Harry has the dream, and then they are on the Hogwarts Express where he just tells them, and then the first thought Ron has is, maybe you should narrate your dream to Sirius. And I'm like, what? That's the first time. Who's this guy? I know his parents are dead and his friends are here. And he lives with his aunt. So I don't know who Sirius is. So there are a lot of such unanswered questions. And I think they also mention Lupin in passing as well. So both Sirius and Lupin, I had no idea. And after the fourth book, I read the first book. And even then there was no Sirius and Lupin. And then I read the second book. And I was like,
what the fuck is going on here?
That's a very interesting experience you had there. I really don't know how you continued on without knowing these people.
Yeah, and the movies weren't even out then yet. So the only way, and I hadn't even internet access. So the only way I could answer that the questions in my head was to actually read the books.
Or ask somebody who'd read the books.
Yeah, nobody else had. One other memory which I know just now, I just remembered. I had gone to a summer camp. I think I was 12 or 13 by this time, and it was about 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. would be the lights out. But none of us wanted to sleep because we are at a summer camp.
Did you say 8?
Yeah.
Oh, that's early.
Yeah, because we have to wake up at 4 a.m. and do yoga or something like that. Anyway, so what we would do is, like, we would narrate stories to each other in the dark. And there was this one guy who had read Harry Potter, and by that time I had read the fourth book and the first book, but I had not read the second and the third at the time. So I was already obsessed with Harry Potter, but I didn't know the rest of the story. All day I would just keep waiting for it to become 8 p.m. so that it'd be dark, and I would go back to this. Just tell me the rest of the story. I remember this guy telling me the story about the Chamber of Secrets, the last scene, when Tom Riddle writes that stuff on the wall, like not on the wall, in the air. He writes Tom marble riddle and he flips it and it becomes I am Lord Voldemort. My mind was so blown. Oh my God. J.K. Rowling is a genius. How did she come up with this? My 12-year-old brain just went, it's just too much for me. It's genius level 5,000.
Some little anagram.
Exactly.
Your mind is blown. Wow. That's really funny.
I had never, up until before I got into Harry Potter, my reading books for me was Goosebumps. I don't know if you have read Goosebumps.
I love those books.
Yeah, and they were okay.
I prefer the TV series, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't watched the TV series. I've only read the books. So for me, to go from there to Harry Potter, which was like a slightly bigger, like deeper, like a plot and everything. So yeah, I was so impressed by J.K. Rowling's skill.
You've just been given spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's okay. there's still that Sirius and Lupin thing. As long as that wasn't answered, that was okay with me.
Well, I thought that would have been your main question to ask. Like, who are these people? Why didn't you start there?
Or maybe that friend had only read the Chamber of Secrets or something. I don't know. But somehow that question was never answered till I read the third book. When I actually started reading the third book, and since I had already read the fourth at the time, where it was established that Sirius was Harry's godfather and all that. The premise of the Azkaban book starts with Sirius Black as a murderer. So it's like, oh, this book should be fun. Yeah.
You're like, how do we get from there to there?
Since before we move on from Harry Potter and go on to other much interesting topics, I think I have a quiz for you.
A quiz? What kind of quiz?
Let's do a Harry Potter quiz, since you said you are a Harry Potter fan. not the biggest Harry Potter fans you said, but
oh no. Is it a quiz on HH History of Magic quiz? If so, I can pass that.
It's a fun quiz.
Is it though?
But it is. It is a fun quiz.
But you haven't actually been through this quiz.
No. Even I don't know the answer. So it is like both of us will do it together. Okay? Who's the boy who lived?
Well, that's Harry Potter, isn't it?
Okay.
If you give us a really easy quiz.
No, it gets harder after a while. Harry Potter is best friends with
Ron Weasley.
Yeah, Ron Weasley. Who ends up marrying Hermione. Who goes to the Yule Ball with
Victor Crumb.
Whose headmaster is
what's he called? Karkaroff or something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can't remember
Igor
first name.
Karkaroff.
Yeah, that's it.
Who is interrogated in prison by?
Oh, for goodness sake, I've lost all of this part of the books out of my memory.
I told you it gets harder. Even I don't know the answer to this.
He is interviewed in prison by...
I'm just going to Google it.
Is it Dumbledore? No, it can't be Dumbledore.
Oh, it's not Dumbledore.
It's
Barty Crouch.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Whose son impersonates?
Oh, Moody. I was sitting there thinking David Tennant. I was like, no.
Who dies while flying with?
Oh, Fletcher Mundungus.
Oh, Mundungus. Yeah, you're right. Oh, man.
That's not right.
That's right. That's correct. Who steals from the house of?
Sirius Black's house.
Sirius Black. That's correct. Who helped create this secret document?
Oh, yeah, the murdered map.
Which fell into the hands of?
Well, that could be a number of different people. It's been all around the place. Because it fell into technically, didn't it fall into the hands of Filch, and then it went to the Fred and George, and who gave it to Harry Potter, who encountered...
Hang on. Okay.
And then Lupin had it.
Technically, Lupin also owned the document, like he made it. So anyway, the answer is Fred and George Weasley. I know I tried Filch, but then it was wrong. So I tried Weasley after that, and it worked.
Okay.
So Fred and George Weasley. Whose sister is?
Oh, Ginny.
Whose friend in Ravenclaw is?
Oh, that's not... Oh, is it Michael something? Michael... Is it Michael? Have I just made that up?
No, I just typed Luna and it accepted it. So it's Luna Lovegood.
Who the hell's Michael?
Who's Michael?
I don't know. Is there even a Michael in the whole series? I have no... I don't think there is.
If people are watching this and there's a Michael in Harry Potter, just leave it in the comments. Hashtag who's Michael? We lost Michael. So, okay, Luna Lovegood, whose father is the editor of?
Oh, the Quibbler.
The Quibbler, okay.
Stuck on the Michael.
Which featured a Harry Potter article written by?
I have no idea who wrote that.
No, it was Rita Skeeter.
She was in the Quibbler.
She
I do
wasn't.
not remember that.
Oh, she was the Daily Prophet.
Yeah. So
But then,
did she get
uh,
hired and then write something for the Quibbler? I have no idea.
when Hermione comes to know of Rita Skeeter's secret, she hires her to write an article, like a positive article for Harry Potter in the Quibbler. Remember?
Right.
So yeah, Rita Skeeter, who was a reporter at this event.
At this event, she was a reporter. She was a reporter everything.
I think it is the Triwizard tournament.
Yeah, is it right?
I don't know. Hang on. It's not accepting Triwizard. Did I make a typo again? No. Okay, that's correct. Which was hosted by
Are you looking just for Hogwarts? Or...
Hogwarts. Yeah, Hogwarts. Okay. Whose headmaster is
What, right now?
at the time? At the time.
I was Dumbledore.
That is Dumbledore. Who is killed by?
Snape.
Who pretends he works for?
Voldemort.
Okay. Whose loyal animagus follower is?
Oh, that's Peter Pettigrew, isn't it?
Oh right, yeah. I don't know why I typed Nagini for some reason.
No, Nagini's not.
She's
I
not
don't
an
know. I
animagus.
can't remember what the term is for what she is based on the Fantastic Beasts films. I can't remember what the word is.
Okay. I haven't watched that movie yet. Okay. So Wormtail. Wormtail is the right answer.
Nope.
Who was discovered to be alive by this professor? It's
Was
Lupin.
that Lupin?
Who was bitten by?
Oh, what's his name?
Even I don't know. I think it's something. He's a werewolf, but then I don't remember.
His name's gone. His name is just gone. No, thingy is not. Is it Greyback?
Oh, it's Greyback. Yeah, it's Greyback. It's Greyback. Okay. Who also attacked this Weasley?
Oh, which? It must have been Bill. Was it Bill? Was it Charlie? Was it Charlie? Was it Bill? Was it Charlie? I don't know. It's one of them.
I think it was Bill. Hang on.
Wait, it's got to be Bill, isn't it? Charlie was never in. Was Charlie ever in the films? No, he wasn't. It's got to be Bill.
It is Bill. And then
Yeah.
who is married to?
Oh, Fleur Delacour.
Fleur
Or whatever.
Delacour. Okay. Yeah. Whose wedding is interrupted by the patroness of?
Is that Shacklebolt?
Oh
Was it-
yeah, Shacklebolt.
Shacklebolt?
No,
Was
it
not
isn't.
his? Damn. Whose is it? I just thought his sounded like a good idea.
It arrives. It says the ministry has fallen and all that, right?
Oh, I thought that was Shacklebolt. Maybe that's the film, rather than the book. The one who says screech. Yeah, okay. The permit. I thought that was Shacklebolt. I don't know who it is. I have no idea.
Maybe you're right. It is Kingsley Shacklebolt.
It has to be. I can't think of who else it would be.
Oh, yeah, right. You were right. Okay. Who at that time worked for this man?
So basically, whoever the Minister of Magic was that?
Yeah, I think it's Rufus something.
Rufus Scrooge.
Rufus Scrooge. Rufus Michael Scrooge.
There is somebody called Michael. I'm gonna find out who it is.
Who is the successor of
Fudge. Isn't it Cornelius Fudge?
Oh, Fudge. Yeah, Fudge. Thank you. Yeah, Cornelius Fudge. Who instituted himself at Hogwarts by the means of this person?
What does that mean?
So Fudge instituted himself at Hogwarts by means of this person. Oh, it's Umbridge. Yeah, it's Dolores Umbridge.
Oh, that's a really badly worded question.
Yeah, I know. But then I thought I saw the Hogwarts and then I was like, okay, it has to be Umbridge. So who elects this person as head of her inquisitorial squad?
That's not Malfoy, is it?
It is Malfoy, right?
Oh, it's Filch.
Whose mother is?
Narcissa.
Ah,
Did
no.
you just end up keep typing Malfoy?
Whose Death Eater sister is Bellatrix? Yeah, it is Bellatrix. Who tortures this student's parents?
Neville.
Longbottom.
Yeah.
Who gets tortured by this professor? Snape? No. Who tortures Neville?
It's the Carrows.
The Carrow. Amicus Carrow. Okay.
Michael.
No, Michael. It's Amicus.
I'm Michael.
His nickname is Michael, maybe. I know. Who teaches this subject?
Well, did that person teach
DADA.
arts?
Yeah. Which was taught by this professor in Harry's first year.
Quirrell?
Quirrell.
If you ask for his first name, I don't know what professor.
It's Quirinus Quirrell, who meets Harry for the first time in this place.
Oh, the leaky cauldron.
Ah, the leaky cauldron. Oh, wow. Which lies at the entrance to
Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley?
Not diagonally.
In which lies this wand man's wand shop.
Ollivander.
Who gets rescued from Malfoy Manor by this house elf, Dobby, whose
Yeah.
master was
Lucius.
Malfoy, yeah. Lucius
He was
Malfoy.
free.
Who secretly gives Ginny this in the Diagon Alley.
Yeah, that diary.
The diary. Which hits this character on the head in the bathroom.
Mona Myrtle.
Myrtle, yeah, Myrtle. How do you spell that? Got it. Whose bathroom lies at the entrance to,
The Chamber of Secrets.
which contains this creature,
Basilisk.
Basilisk, who petrifies this Hufflepuff student. Ah,
Who does what?
who petrifies this Hufflepuff
Justin
student?
Finch Fletchley or some Fletch. It's Justin something. Justin Finch.
Justin is Justin. I don't know why I was typing Duncan.
So Michael and Duncan, the best two ever.
Yeah. Who joins this secret organization?
Is that Dumbledore's army? Is it? Does that count as a
Oh,
secret
army.
organization?
Whose meetings take place in
The Hog's Head Inn. Is that it? No,
room
unless.
of requirement. Room of requirement.
I went. Well, technically, the first one was in the Hog's Head Inn.
Which is the home of this Horcrux.
Oh, the diadem.
Oh, Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem. Yeah, right. Okay. So yeah, we did good. We did well. We don't know who Michael is and who Duncan is, but otherwise we did well. I'm going to Google Harry Potter Michael. We'll see what.
Oh, if there has to be. I think there is one.
It says Michael Corner.
Yes, that's it. I knew there was. I was going to say Corner, and it's like, no, that can't be right. But yeah, I do know. I knew there was one. I don't know who that is, but he's a Ravenclaw student, isn't he?
He's a Ravenclaw student. Yeah.
I'm so good at this. I don't know. I don't know why I know that.
So Ginny goes out with him, with Michael Corner,
When he said Ginny's Ravenclaw friend. Ginny.
whose friend in Ravenclaw is.
Oh, that's not. Oh, is it Michael something? Michael. Is it Michael? Did I just make that up?
No, Oh, wow.
So I
You're
was.
right. You're right.
Right. He was her friend.
Yeah. So who's Duncan?
I don't know. I don't. Is there a Duncan in it?
I'm just going to Google Harry Potter Duncan now. So let's see. Duncan Inglebee was a beater on the Ravenclaw Quidditch team.
Okay, if that's who you meant, that's some really obscure knowledge you have there.
No. I know. I was thinking Duncan Fletcher, maybe. That's a cricketer who was the England team coach. But then when you said Justin, what was the name?
Fletchley. I can't remember.
Yeah,
his
something.
second-
Yeah, because of that, I thought Fletcher and then immediately thought Duncan. That's the reason. That's a good piece of trivia for anybody who did not know that, including
For
me.
some reason.
Yeah, I had no idea. So yeah, that was good. So that's about Harry Potter. No more Harry Potter. It's enough.
It's taken us an hour and 3 minutes to get through Harry Potter.
Yes, enough Harry Potter for a day. The next one is, of course, because when you think of Lurkelly, you think of this word, which I think everybody will associates that with you, and that is in bold letters on the screen. It's Eurovision, and this is something I have no idea about. So you have to do all the talking. You have to,
Technically true. I have introduced you to it over the past year.
exactly. You have introduced me to it. I have watched and enjoyed music videos, and in the past year, you have followed it. So you know about the event, the history, the fans. Tell me about everything. What is Eurovision, first of all?
It's basically a song contest. The title is the Eurovision Song Contest. When you think of like song contest, you might think of like X Factor or something that's just country by country. Whereas Eurovision, obviously, it's got Euro at the front of it, so it incorporates Europe and beyond. So usually, well, in recent years, there have been like 40 entries per year. But obviously, this has grown a lot from in the past. It's been going for, when did it start? 1956. So the let's just say the mid 50s. Let's say that.
So it's been called Eurovision from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Eurovision was actually based on it was based on a different song contest, the Italian Festival di San Remo. So that started a couple of years before, and they thought, okay, let's make this bigger. Let's include all the countries. Let's just see where we can. But I can't remember how many countries were entered in the first year. I think it was like 6 or something. So we've gone from 6 up to 40 plus. And yes, that would have just been Europe. But now, obviously, as I've said before, and things, obviously Australia enters now.
Ma'am, Australia enters everywhere. Yeah.
Yes, they entered for the 60th anniversary and have just been invited back ever since. But then, obviously, we've got some countries which aren't in Europe either. So I don't know.
Like Israel and other countries which are on the border, like West Asian countries are in. Yeah, I've seen the list. Yes, you're right. Do you have a favorite It's like a team, or I don't know how we. I'm just
So,
relating
yeah,
it to like a sport
each
competition where I'm
country-
like,
each country between when is it? Well, the first country usually announces December. If we exclude this year, because this year is messed up as we know, but for like previous years, the first country starts announcing in like from December till around March. That's
Okay.
the time when all the 40 countries will like release their songs or pick their songs and say that's what we're entering. Most of them will show them off to the public in that time. Oh
so
yeah,
every
obviously.
every country has their own local competition to select their representation for Eurovision for that year.
It entirely depends because to be in Eurovision, you have to be a member of the European Broadcasting Union.
Hmm.
So if you're not a member of that, you're not getting entered. But then, so like for the UK, we have the BBC. So the BBC will decide how they want to select the acts. They
Okay.
can,
Got
or
it.
they
got
can
it.
pick internally.
Yeah.
So it's just up to the broadcaster how they want to do that. Through the years, like R1 for this year was internally selected, although the contest didn't go ahead. They
Okay.
still select the act was still selected internally, whereas like last year's act, they were over in the previous years they were externally selected, so they put a vote out to the public. So
Mhm.
they selected like people had submitted songs for I don't know a few weeks or something, a few weeks, probably months, and then they shortlisted it and threw out 6 and said, right, here you go, public, pick what you want. I mean, they were all bad songs, but they stood no chance of winning, but we tried.
So is there a country that you are always looking forward to and you support every year, or like how is the fan base like? Is there like a loyal fan base that picks a country? And because I know for sure that like the Twitter hashtags trend a lot, because I've been in Germany for at least 2 years now, and I see whenever there's Eurovision time. So I know you're not the only one, although you're the only friend I know who is into Eurovision and follows this with so much passion. But when I go on Twitter and I click on the hashtags, thousands of people who passionately follow this event, and that's the only way it gets on trending. So how is the fan base like?
There are like fan clubs in every country. They do have a fan club. I'm not technically part of it because I didn't pay because I didn't want to pay, so I didn't join. But there are fan clubs around like in each of the countries who vote for things and whatever. So there is like
For you personally, how is it? Like, do you support based on the country that the band represents, or is it like you are non-partial? You just go through all the entries and then you pick a particular band or a song and then you back it.
it yeah. I have like I've sort of like because based on my previous listening habit, I sort of go for countries and just like go, yeah, I can't wait to see what they have. But then for all I know, they could produce something really rubbish, and I'm just like, nope, not that year, not this year, nope.
Okay.
But and then but I obviously, as I'm such a big fan, I would listen to all the songs a lot anyway, and some tend to grow on me over time, and it's like that's like my top 3.
Yeah.
That happened to me a few years ago. Like there was one song I didn't think much of it at all. I mean, it didn't qualify for the live shows, but I loved it anyway after like listening to it for several months, and then eventually it became. But the country that I look forward to was always Italy. It was always Italy. Yes.
Do you follow the Sanremo as well?
Yeah, I started watching that. Well, not watching it because it's like 5 hours every night for a week, and they're all speaking in Italian, and I don't understand it. So, but yes, I do follow the songs.
Okay.
It's like pretty much as soon as they're released or the night they're released, and on YouTube because they post them straight onto YouTube when they're done. So I'd listen to them pretty much straight away and know what's happening. So yes, my interest in Italy actually started in 2017. So the year Francesco Gabbani was picked for won Sanremo and was picked for Italy, and then that started my whole interest in Italian music.
But personally, how did you get into Eurovision? Like, were you always? Do you remember what was it from? Like your friends or school, parents?
I became a big fan. So big fan was the year I started becoming like this huge weird obsessed person with it after Conchita won. So I think that was 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, wait. Conchita, so that's 2014. 2015 was Mons Zemarov, then Jamal.
Oh, wow, you remember all the names of the winners as well? That's amazing.
2018 is Netta. 2019 Duncan Lawrence. 2020, yeah. So it would have been because 2020 didn't have any. So yeah, it would have been 2014 was when Conchita won.
Yeah, 2020 didn't happen.
What did happen?
No.
Well,
2020,
yes.
this is not 2020. We are skipping it.
Yeah. So yeah, 2014 would have been the year I started paying attention because
Okay.
Conchita was making headlines. But I do remember I used to watch it. I did used to watch it every year. It's like, oh, look, let's watch this before that. But it's not like I would follow it or anything. And I think the earliest memory I have of it, I know I would have watched it before because that is part of the memory. But the memory, I was 2005. I was on holiday somewhere, and I was meant to be in bed, but I was sleepy. The sofa turned into my bed, so I was in the living room basically for sleeping, and obviously the TV was in there, and it was on, and Eurovision was on that night, so I decided to watch that instead of sleeping. But I remember thinking, hey, because I think Greece won that year. And I just remember that. But I remember also thinking, yeah, that I used to watch it before, but I couldn't tell you what happened. But I remember, yes, 2005.
Since you passionately started following Eurovision, though, have you gone back and looked at old event videos and stuff? I'm sure they're on YouTube, right? They must be.
What do you mean by how old are you talking here?
No, I mean, like you just said, that 2014 was when you actively got into like following the event and every year and all that. Did you go back and look at older, like before 2000, 1980s or 1970s?
Everyone, was it 1970s? ABBA came from Eurovision.
Okay. I did not know that.
So yeah, that's when ABBA sort of became known by the wider public when they went on Eurovision. Yeah, Eurovision. It's actually it does have a very interesting history. They used to have a website dedicated just to its history, but that doesn't exist anymore. But yeah,
I probably should have gone and read at least the Wikipedia page before I came on this call, but I'm sorry. Because I would have at least asked some knowledgeable questions. I wanted to sound a bit more aware. Right now, I'm just asking super dumb questions, but still.
Because a lot of people have not heard of Eurovision. I know this through basically who I speak to on the internet. I've had Eurovision is so many times, so it's no problem.
Honestly, I think you were the first person I heard about Eurovision from. Just the fact that at the international level, there is a competition where countries fight, like not exactly fight, but compete, was just a very interesting thing for me. Because if you remember, I think I had told you this fun fact where I think there was 1 or 2 Olympics in the 1930s when music was included as an event. And that is the only fact I was aware of when countries competed for a prize. And then I came to know of Eurovision from you, and I was like, oh, this event existed all this while, and I'm coming to know of it like 2018 or something. I remember, I think it was around the time that you told me that the 2020 event was cancelled or something like that. And there was this hashtag trending where I think there was some YouTube channel where the 2003 event was.
Oh, that's the Eurovision YouTube channel. They've been, I don't know whether they're still doing it because I didn't really, well, like I do follow them, but you don't really have the time to sit and watch a 3-hour show every week.
Yeah. So they were doing like a retelecast of the old, like
pick random previous ones.
Yeah. That's why I asked you, if you also like have watched old videos of just to see how Eurovision has evolved over the years.
Yes. So yeah, I would have. I've seen they've made TV shows on the history of Eurovision, so I've seen lots of different things.
Oh, you've seen? Oh, there are documentaries, of course there are.
Yeah. So yeah. I've watched. Yeah, it's me and Eurovision. I just go and dive in and see what's there. Obviously, music from the past, like the older styles, decades. It's not my type of music generally. So I think there was a band that got mentioned in the League of 42 chat one time. There's a band that you and somebody else kept mentioning, and they entered in Eurovision one year in like 1959 for Germany or something.
Ah, that old.
You can look it up. You've got the internet there. Look up Germany 1959 Eurovision, and it might see if it brings up that band and see if you know who it is.
Really? That I know of bands that are that old. I'm surprised in myself.
Was it 1959? I think it was 1959. I remember this band got mentioned before, and that's the only reason I know.
It says Germany was represented by twins Alice and Ellen Kessler.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it was. Hold on. I wonder if I can look it up here. See if this will ruin the video, or if it'll just. I'll find out who it is.
Just like you found Michael.
Maybe it wasn't 59, but they definitely did represent Germany. So I'm just going to find the entire.
No, I'm just surprised I know someone from 1959, right? Because
It might not be 1959 if we're like it's several decades out.
Yeah, or maybe it's not me who mentioned it. Maybe probably was someone else.
But you are very active in the League of 42 chats, which is why I think it's you.
I'm active, but do I know stuff? Maybe I just react to stuff.
Because I think it was
Corner.
you who introduced me to this band.
Oh, really?
So I looked them up once, and then I saw that they were in Eurovision. Wait, I did just see it. Where is it? Oh, I've lost it. No, I just scrolled down and saw the word Michael. It's this one. I think I found it. I don't know how you say that. Just go look up 79.
79?
1979 is what we wanted. German Eurovision. I don't know how you say that first word.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah, that one. I'm pretty sure that's the band you hear. Somebody in the League of 42 introduced you to that, and I think it was you.
Really? I mean, I know.
It wasn't this song. It wasn't a Eurovision song. It was a different song. But it was this band.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. Are you sure it was the League of 42?
I'm pretty sure it was. Wait, let me go on to check the messenger.
Yeah, do that. Because my search history doesn't work. Because I keep leaving chats and rejoining them.
I generally don't chats. I lurk.
Yeah, you're just you there.
We have 42 search results.
Of course, 42 search results for the 42 chat.
When would this have been? I have no idea.
Search for Michael.
Not search for. Wait, it was you. It was you.
It was me.
4th of August 2017.
August 2017. Wow, I was not even in Germany at the time.
You were talking about this band. I thought, okay, Chris shared it, but then you brought it back up in chat, which is why we've got it here.
Ah, so it wasn't me.
But then you said the song Chris shared is actually better. Poor choice of song, that name of the band. This is why you didn't win Eurovision in 1979. So you didn't know about it.
Oh, I totally forgot. See, it was 3 years ago. Okay, I'm old. I forget things. Wow, your memory is amazing.
And the song that Chris shared was Moskau, but with a weird spelling. Moskau.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
That's the song. That's how I got introduced to the band. So as I said, you and Chris.
That's a good song actually. I love that song. Okay, good memory. We established that as well. Kelly lurks and has a good memory, and she likes Michael. Alright, so we are going to take a break at this point and end this episode. The rest of it is just Michael and Duncan stories. It deserves its own episode. Its own mini episode, basically. Hopefully it won't take another 6 months. I hope you enjoyed watching / listening to this episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.
That is one big pile of shit.
It's actually Ginny who likes Michael, but then Kelly does too.
No, I don't.
I think Kelly is jealous because Michael chose Ginny. Michael is Ravenclaw and Kelly is Ravenclaw, but then Ginny is not.
I know, I'm not actually Ravenclaw.
We'll ignore that.